Hey everyone, today I'll be taking a look at the Marvel Legends Spider-Man Retro Card Series Spider-Man 2099. First, of course, taking a look at the packaging. You see right there, there's an image of Spider-Man 2099 right there, and open one that will display the figure and all the accessories. See, it says Spider-Man 29. You got some lights right there. On the top, you got Spider-Man picture right there. On the back, you got another image of Spider-Man 2099. Some like showing that you can switch the hands, a bio, and a barcode, and some legal stuff. So yes, just get to the figure. Now, a lot of people were saying that they had issues with this figure with the legs breaking and stuff because like the thighs just wouldn't move. And I did have that issue with I did have the issue to where the thighs were stuck. But fortunately, my figure did not break because all I did was put use a hair dryer, which other people were using, but fortunately mine didn't break when I loosened it up. I used a hair dryer, put it on there for 20 seconds, started to twist it, and it starts to move. But after a while, like if I just leave it sitting on the shelf for like a day or two, the thighs would get stuck again, but I could still move it. But it would kind of get stuck for like a few seconds. So fortunately, my figure did not break. But yeah, this is like a repaint of a figure that came out like 10 years ago. It's a reuse of the Pizza Spidey body, which I feel like they need to retire at this point, because if you look at the box art, he looks pretty muscular right here, which is why I feel like they should have used the Sunfire body, which is what this Deadpool figure is on, or they could have used the retro Spider-Man body. But I guess we just get this. I still like this figure. I just wish they used a different body for it, in my opinion. But the head sculpt looks nice. There's some good detail right there. The red paint is painted cleanly, except for that smudge right there on the side of my figure. But it looks really, really good. I like this metallic dark blue right here on the figure. I don't know why in the camera it looks so light or looks so dark. I don't know why, because you're looking at it right here. When the lights hit the figure, it looks pretty bright, but for some reason it looks dark. Is that for any other figure? No, not really. I guess it's just for this guy. But the red paint is painted cleanly on this guy. I think it looks really nice. Yeah, the metallic dark blue looks really good, but unfortunately it's only on the torso. It's only on the torso and the upper thighs. It's nowhere else on the figure, so it's kind of inconsistent, but you don't really notice it too much. The arms, on the butterfly joints, there's kind of some smudging there on both sides, but the paint goes cleanly on there. It's kind of different colors of paint. Like it's lighter right here and then darker right here, and then lighter and darker. So it is kind of inconsistent. See the hands right there, red right there. These spikes on the arms, and then the legs is just the same of the Pizza Spidey. There is this web attachment right here. This web cape. Yeah. So this guy does look really, really good. I just feel like they should have used either one of these bodies. I mean, probably this body instead of this body, because this body seems a little bit too slim. Because on the box art, he looks like muscular. So I feel like they should have used the Sunfire body. For the accessories out of the package, he comes with these clawed hands, and he does come with other hands. He comes with two fisted hands. Here it has the red arrows painted on it. And he does come with two wall crawling hands, with I feel like is essentially didn't come with web shooting hands, because of course he doesn't shoot webs, like he doesn't do this when he shoots webs. So it makes sense that he didn't come with that. So I think the accessories here are pretty good. Talking about the size, for size comparisons, here he is next to Deadpool, which uses the body which I feel like this figure should have used. It's just that this body looks a bit more bulkier and would have been well suited for this guy, but instead they reused the Pizza Spidey mold, which I feel like it's outdated, like I said before. Like, outdated to where, like, because people are experiencing breakage and stuff. Fortunately, I didn't, which I'm glad that I didn't, but people want a new body for Spider-Man, which they already have this one. They can reuse this body a lot more times than they already have. They only reused it 3 times, so they have more time to reuse. They can reuse it more. Oh yeah, here he is next to Negative Zone Spider-Man. And then here it is next to the Symbiote Spider-Man, which I'm not going to get too far into this figure. I'll do that in a separate view, which the retro carded figures which this figure's review will be coming out in a few weeks. So look forward to that. And measuring out this guy, oh, that's too far. Let me just put him over here. This guy stands at 6 3/4 inches tall. Let me just rephrase that. I think I might have said 3/4 inches tall. I meant 6 3/4 inches tall. For articulation, it's the same as this Pizza Spider-Man, but we'll just go over it. There's a ball jointed hinge at the head, allowing to look up that far, look down that far. You do get some slight head tilt, rotation. Arm hinges up to 90. You can rotate around 360. Butterfly joint, which is not that impressive. Bicep rotation, double bend at the elbow, goes right there. And also, I forgot to mention, the blue sticks out on the pegs right there, which looks really bad. But wrist rotation, wrist can hinge out and in. You do got an ab crunch, which basically stops right there, but you can get it to where it goes all the way right there. Popping this off. Crunch back, you can't, it's like stuck on mine, and I don't want to push it further than what it can do. Waist rotation, ball joint at the hip, kicks up really far, kicks back that far, kicks out that far. Thigh rotation, which moves, thank God on mine's. Double bend at the knee. Ankle can hinge up, hinge down, and you do got ankle pivot. So basically, basic articulation for a Marvel Legends figure. So overall, I think this is a pretty decent release from Hasbro. I mean, I wish it didn't reuse the Pizza Spidey body mode, because we got that body mode so many times, and so many people has experienced problems with it. Is that it was good at the time when it was released, but now it's just outdated, and I don't feel like we should be paying $20 for a figure we essentially already gotten multiple other times. I mean, we didn't, this is like the second time we're getting a Spider-Man 2099, but for a body we gotten multiple times. This figure didn't experience any of those problems, but now the body mode is experiencing those problems. So that is basically my only complaints with this figure, and also that also like the paint is kind of like the paint color differentiates throughout the figure. So that's basically my only problems with the figure. So overall, I'll give this guy a solid 7 out of 10. That's it for this review. I'll see you next week, where I'll be my camera cut out there. As I was saying, I'll see you next week, where I'll be reviewing the Shocker.